Hi, everyone. On this segment of Mindful Monday Moment, I'm posing the question to you, what does wellness mean to you? Now, the World Health Organization defines wellness as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. And the National Wellness Institute says it is a conscious, self-directed, and evolving process of achieving full potential. Now, those are two sound definitions, but when it comes to defining wellness, it's going to be different for every person, and that depends on what stage in life they are, how old they are, do they have any pre-existing medical conditions. Let's take, for instance, somebody who's in apparently good health. They may define wellness as not taking any medications, just got to see the doctor once a year. Uh, they participate in either organized athletics or just pickup games. For somebody that has, let's say, for instance, had either hip replacement or knee replacement, they may define wellness as, after going through therapy or while going through therapy, having the ability to walk up and down a flight of stairs, let's say 7 or 8 stairs, without pain or without the assistance of a railing or without the assistance of a cane. So it's going to be different for every person as how you're going to define wellness. We'll take, for example, for me, I look at wellness as being a mind, body, spirit type of paradigm for me. And again, when it comes to our wellness, it may change, the definition that we have may change from year to year or even moment to moment. It just depends on, when you wake up in the morning, uh, how do you feel? A lot of times people ask, how are you doing today? Well, I'm well. So what does that mean? You want to try to examine that or take a look at that. What's your definition of wellness? And again, for me, when we're talking about the mind, what I try to do is try to reduce the chatter that's there. And how do I do this? Sometimes when I'm walking Vino, just paying more attention to what's going on in the present moment. It's not about controlling the thoughts, because we're always going to have thoughts no matter what. Our mind's always going to be active because that's just how it is. That's how life is. That's how nature is. But what I do is, even if I got those thoughts, and again, I could be getting a massage, I could be doing a self-Reiki treatment, uh, I could be just reading a book, and all of a sudden this chatter comes in, thoughts come in. What I do is I try to let them pass without judgment and not try to control, like, all right, today I'm going to close my eyes, I'm going to meditate, and I'm not going to have one single thought in my head. I'm going to try to control it as best as I can. And what's going to happen is that I'm going to not be able to just get settled into that moment. And the chatter will greatly reduce as you just let the thoughts pass without judgment. When it comes to my idea of wellness for my body, currently I take nutritional supplements, but I do not take any prescribed medications. And how I do this is that I try to do some type of physical activity every day, whether it's going to the gym or just going to the stairs like I showed you a couple weeks ago, going up and down them Swallow Cliff stairs. Remember, the biggest gym in the world is right outside our front door. And again, doing housework, yard work, these are all examples of what you could do as physical activity that are going to add up. And again, that, as well as what goes along with that with the body, is I try to eat as best as I can. And again, there's always going to be times you're going to cheat, but make sure when you do that, that it's going to count. So I try to eat as much whole foods as I possibly can, and I stay away from the processed foods, again, as best as I can. There might be times where I have some chips or pretzels, but I stay away from desserts, sugars, things like that that have high content that would greatly compromise the immune system. When it comes to the spirit, again, we'll talk about spirit. That could mean anything for you. That could be from a religious aspect. That could be from a meditative aspect. For me, I do my meditation, even if it's in short bouts, 5-10 minutes or so, just to try to quiet the mind, bring down the stress levels. I also do daily self-Reiki treatment for myself, uh, and that's whether that's 5 minutes or it's a complete hour session. I do the best that I can with what I have in each moment, and that is enough. And that's what, when it comes to your wellness, that you want to try to do that. Just one more thing about the spirit aspect is that we talk about that fighting spirit, that winning spirit. Uh, what does that mean to you? How do you gain that winning spirit or fighting spirit? Again, every day brings its own unique sets of challenges, but what we want to try not to do is dwell in the past, what happened yesterday, uh, or worry about the future too much. What's going to happen 2 hours or 3 hours from now? When you're engaged in some type of an activity, try to maintain that engagement without thinking about, well, I got to go shopping, I got to buy this, 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 and this, or I got a meeting with so-and-so at this time of the day. That's why we try to have an organization, if you have a calendar on your phone, that'll remind you of all these things so you don't have to worry about it as the time approaches. Focus on it, and this is what the essence of mindfulness is again. And I always try to tell this to my clients or practices myself when I'm in the gym, doing mindful, let's say, resistance exercise with weights, trying to pay attention to the exercise at hand and not sit there and, talk to somebody or working with your phone, just constantly being in that, having that outside chatter coming in, because once you're distracted from something, that could tend to you doing poor form when it comes to an exercise, and you could hurt yourself. So try to stay mindful, and once again, your definition of wellness is going to be different from mine. It's going to be different from your neighbors. It all depends on what state of life you're at and where you're at. But as I said before, and I'll say it again, do the best you can with what you have in each moment, and that'll be enough. So that's it for this Mindful Money moment. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon.